What's up, Taiwan? I'm Yvonne with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Another kindergarten in Taiwan has been accused of drugging children, this time in the northeastern county of Yilan. At least 2 children at the school have tested positive for Ritalin. That's a brand name of a medication used to treat attention disorders. It's a restricted drug in Taiwan and can only be prescribed by doctors. The school has been ordered to stop recruiting new students, and investigators are looking into where the Ritalin came from. The school says it had parental consent to administer the drug, but the head of the local health bureau suggests the school was testing out the drug on the kids without medical approval.
给一些他认为可能是有注意力不集中孩子使用，希望如果有改善，他就会劝家属说赶快去看医生做进一步的检查。当然，他的动念你不能说他不对，但是这个做法是错误的，绝对是错误。
Japan plans to release treated wastewater from a damaged nuclear power plant into the ocean starting next month. The decision has left the nation deeply divided. Experts from Taiwan, Australia, and New Zealand have weighed in. Harrell Hughes reports.
This is not regular water. It was used to cool nuclear reactors at the Fukushima Daiichi power plant in Japan. Tsunami waves struck the plant over a decade ago, causing multiple meltdowns. Operators were forced to use seawater to cool the melted fuel, and that process has not stopped since. 12 years later, over 1.3 million tons of nuclear wastewater have been collected, treated, and stored. And more is made daily. Space is running out. Japan proposed 5 options for getting rid of the water: injecting it deep into the earth, discharging it into the sea, releasing it as vapor, reducing it to hydrogen gas, and burying it underground. In the end, they decided to gradually release the water into the Pacific Ocean over the next 4 decades after filtering it through a process known as ALPS.
We always have options to think of what we can do. And I think the release into the ocean is probably, with the dilution and the ALPS processing, is the least bad option.
This is the estimated distance the water will have traveled after 1 year, and after 3.5 years, according to the Atomic Energy Council. But experts point out that debris from a volcanic eruption in Japan arrived at Taiwan's coast in approximately 4 months, much faster than the expected timeline. They say this is due in part to the movement of material that's dissolved or suspended in the ocean's water, a process known as advection.
我倒不觉得一定是小部分哦，因为我们去跑操场的话，那有些比较聪明，他都跑内圈啊，它比较快啊。海洋除了扩散，还有平流向，流动的会比扩散来得快。
Japan says the water is safe. It's been diluted with enough seawater to neutralize the radioactive chemical tritium. They've had scientists study it for years. One professor says contamination levels are lower than the standards set by the World Health Organization.
We are talking much less that is allowed in drinking water around the world. Would I eat the fish? Yes, I would.
But not all are on the same page about the water's safety. An association of more than 100 organizations from the U.S. opposed the plan because of a lack of data. The Pacific Islands Forum agreed. South Korea's opposition leader says if Japan is so convinced that the water is safe, it should use it as drinking water. But one thing is certain. As Japan prepares to begin the operation, the world's experts will be watching closely. Howard Jung and Harrell Hughes for TaiwanPlus.
Have you ever had to pay for a diploma? Back when Taiwan was a Japanese colony, one elementary school required graduates to pay a nominal graduation fee. But some families couldn't afford it, leading some students to forego their graduation papers. Now the school has invited the descendants of those students to come get their diploma almost a century later. Leslie Liao has more.
When Taiwan was a Japanese colony in the early 20th century, graduates from Masai Elementary School had to pay 1 Taiwanese yen to receive their diplomas. After a bit of rough math, that amounts to about 5 US cents today. That may not seem like a lot, but some families just couldn't afford it, meaning some graduates couldn't get their diplomas. For the Northeastern Taiwan school's graduation ceremony this year, school officials invited a descendant of one such student to accept his father's diploma.
所以今天 非常难得有这个机会能够拿到这张毕业证书。我们今年的88节我们会把这一份毕业证书跟我们的爸爸告诉他。
The diploma is a replica of the document Ling's father would have received back then. Ling made a donation worth about $16,000 to the school in lieu of the nominal payment. The school says it welcomes any family members looking to recover a loved one's diploma.
考卷的方式按照我们校史的资料库，那我们去做求证。家属只要跟我们讲，他亲人的姓名、出生年月日。
This diploma is cheap when measured against the cost of tuition today. But the reality is, back in the day, some families struggled to pay even this nominal fee. The Ling family's donation just one generation later is a testament to Taiwan's progress over such a short time. James Ling and Leslie Liao for TaiwanPlus.
Calling all tropical princesses, your sandcastle awaits on the beach near Taipei. Sculptors from across Asia have braved sun, wind, and rain to bring the coast a little fairy tale magic. Joyce Sun was there.
It's not your average sandcastle. This beach in northern Taiwan is home to an 8-foot homage to Disney's 1937 Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the first full-length animated movie in history. And it's just one of 66 mega creations by Taiwanese, Chinese, and Japanese artists for the annual Fulong International Sand Sculpture Festival. It's really like walking through memory lane. This is the 16th year that they've hosted the Sand Sculpture Festival here at Fulong Beach, which is about an hour away from Taipei. And this year, it's all about Disney. They've recreated the iconic characters and classic stories and imprinted them literally on the sands of time. Artist John Cho is a regular sculptor for the festival. He's been honing his craft for 9 years, and this year made 8 different pieces. He says this Toy Story one is his favorite.
那在这一座里面，我其实最喜欢的是卡蹦，就是那个骑机车的那个，所以我会雕的特别的厚，让它看起来呢手跟脚是真的浮在空中。
But capturing such beloved characters in sand is no easy feat.
所以我们常常在做的时候，就是要爬上爬下的。可能我们在上面雕的时候觉得很 OK， 但是到下来看的时候呢，可能脸就拉长了，他的微笑感就没有了。
It took John 12 days to finish this work, which features 10 distinctive characters. But some of that time was spent rebuilding pieces washed away by rain. After months of drought hit Taiwan's south, the yearly plum rains have caused some parts of the country to flood and made weather in other parts erratic. And as climate change makes weather here more violent and unpredictable, sculptors face a tougher task keeping their work intact.
其实沙雕最怕的就是台风，海浪的力量冲击到了沙雕，它只要一被带走，这些沙雕就不见了。
That's why for extra protection, the art medium sand is also used as a shield, taking the form of a 1.5-meter tall fort. It's all part of the show's design to work with and celebrate the natural resource.
我很喜欢沙的魅力，就是它可以非常多变，它不只是一个媒材，它是融入于大自然，所以我们要跟时间还有气候去抗衡。
And it's been a hit, drawing many visitors, families, and even pets.
What a wonderful day. It's all problem-free philosophy.
Despite the changing climates and variable weather, for fans of these classic fairy tales, it's hard to fight the magic in the air. John Su and Joyce Zhen for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, today we'll leave you with images of 3-week-old vampire deer being hand-reared at Whipsnade Zoo in Bedfordshire, England. I'm Yvonne Young. Take care and see you next time.